Well, I'm giving it another try. If I get a lot of problems with my internet, I'll give up. um, it's very frustrating. Um, it's just a little cold in here. Um, so today I met with a woman and her daughter about their dog that they were having problems with, and to set up training. Well, it was actually our first day of training. Um, so got to experience all the joys of social anxiety, the um, anticipatory anxiety, the right in the moment anxiety. And when I left, I actually didn't feel as exhausted as I usually do in situations like that. I actually was energized because it did go very well. Um, I can remember some ironic situations. I was a regular yoga goer, nothing really, fancy or anything, really basic yoga, but I used to go pretty regularly. And um and then I stopped, and when I went back, it was a different instructor, and there were a lot more people in the room, and I had set up my mat where I usually did, and it was the furthest away from the door, and all these people came in, and I was next to an instructor I didn't know, and I had a massive panic attack. Um, and just like, I have to go get a drink of water, and like went to the bathroom and had a complete freak out, and went back and got my mat and said I wasn't feeling well and had to leave, um, because it was so bad. It was the kind where the walls came in like this, making my way to the doorway stretch further away from me. It was an actual like visual um, um, visual um, when you look at something and it looks distorted. What is that word? Um, like, ooh, groovy kind of, whoa, I'm on acid kind of look. I can't find the word right now. It's not making its way to my mouth, but um, that's so I went home from that experience and was completely just depleted of energy, and I was exhausted, and it took me hours and hours to come down from that panic attack. And so for this, I did all the things that I have learned in my long experience with um, social anxiety, um, to do the most that I can to decrease the anxiety, eliminate little things, so it's not as big of a deal to feel as much anxiety. Um, and um, First of all, I made sure like the day, 2 days before, I had everything I needed. I just made sure I had everything I needed and I knew where it was. Um, and and um, and then the day before, I actually um, got it organized in my. I have a big folder. Um, Everything I would need to take with me, I got ready the day before. Um, and so that would include the folder um, that has they had the instruction booklet I was giving them. What I needed, I had in there from my preparations a long time ago. An index card that's said exactly, I mean, like every little thing I was to do. And I don't care if someone looks and wonders, why is she looking at an index card? Has she not done this before? The I pull out index cards. I'm like, I just want to make sure I don't forget anything, because we have a lot to cover. And so, um, but my actual index card is like so basic. It's like, introduce yourself, ask for a place for us all to sit down, and I mean, it's that basic. And then I get into tell them your experience. And because when you're flustered and you're anxious about one of these situations, it can be like a job interview or something like that. Um, you go blank. So I do need that little card. And I have with it a card that is more related to, okay, now we're going to go over what, you know, I would expect of you and you can expect of me and blah, blah, blah. Um, but really, it does say introduce yourself at the very top, because it's easy to forget things when you're super anxious. Um, okay, and so the day before, I get that my booklet ready. I put her booklet in there. Um, I have my sheet of paper, my cheat sheet, index cards. I have uh, I get my clothes ready the day before, and I make sure I am going to wear appropriate, of course, but I make sure I'm going to wear something comfortable, because you don't. I know it's hardest if you're going to like a job interview because you want to present yourself, and so you usually end up wearing the most uncomfortable clothes because you want to look, and give an impression for that interview. But it's important for you to be physically comfortable as far as your clothes, because it can be very distracting. Um, Wearing clothes that maybe cut you off in the middle, and so you have trouble breathing, or your um, shoes are too tight, you don't like the way your socks feel, so I get my like my safety clothes that make me feel safe. um and clothes that make me feel safe are loose fitting, like hoodie type things. But I have some that are, your usual hanging around the house hoodies, going to the store hoodies. But I also have some that are nice and um, and long sleeves so I can hide my hands a little bit. It may not look very professional, but I try to make it look like the sleeves are just a little too long, but it's a safety thing. It makes me feel safe. Um, so I wore one of those hoodies um, that makes me feel safe. Um, Jeans that are stretchy but comfortably hold my body together. Um, so I'm not too self-conscious about my body. Um, and then I wore my ass kicking, what I call my ass kicking boots. My ass kicking boots are, I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but Doc Martens. I have a pair of shoes too, and they're kind of big and clunky. They're heavy, um, but they are they they're very versatile. I wore them on a hike today, right after this meeting I had, and they're suitable for casual um, meeting and hiking. And but for some reason, that style of shoe makes me feel grounded. It's like gravity's the weight of them, gravity is holding me down on the ground, and I feel more confident when I am wearing these boots. Um, the shoes do also, but the boots are just like magic boots. And so I put those puppies on, and I feel like 50% more confident wearing those boots. I should show you sometime. Um, I love them. And okay, so I got all that, everything ready, all my clothes, down to what jewelry I would wear. Um, what I don't wear a lot of perfume, but a scent of some kind. Um, and then and you have to include your lucky talismans. Um, and for me, my lucky talismans are um, these necklaces. They're Harry Potter related. I have another one on a black string that has my brother's ashes in it. I wear that when I am feeling like I need somebody close to me, when I'm feeling emotional, um, when I'm needing a friend or a brother. So I get teary eyed just thinking about it. So I don't want to be crying. I want to feel positive and confident. And um, my other must haves, um, I always feel like my lips, because my mouth's dry all the time, my lips are dry also. And so they don't stand out very much, and I don't wear a lot of makeup. But I am self conscious of my lips. I like them to look healthy and not blend in with the color of my face. So my lucky this pair is my I have like so many different lip balms of different colors and shades and stuff. But um, cotton candy with this glittery pink stuff just is magic for me. Um, you might have something that you put in your pocket, maybe a well, I know like some people, if they're in AA or something, they'll keep their coin with them. Um, just any of those little things that you can keep on you to that just you may not even notice them there, but getting ready. When you're getting ready and you put that thing in your pocket, you know it's there for you. If you have to go this alone, sometimes you have to rely on things to be there for you. And so I I know I'm going to have to do this very anxious thing, anxiety producing thing the next day. I've got everything laid out that I'm going to need. So I need to make sure I get enough sleep. So every night I do take 0.5 to Xanax every single night. That's just part of my medication program because my circadian rhythm, when it's bedtime, I'm speeding up. So if I'm depressed, I'm ruminating and my mind is just going with the bad thoughts. If I'm manic, I have so many ideas that I pop up and write them down and pop up and write them down, and I never get to sleep. So that's the reason for that. I am on other medications, but my brain is like more powerful than Seroquel. So I take my medication on time the night before so I can get sleep. Um, Anything you can do to make sure you get good sleep the next day. A little exercise, a little um, hot bath or shower before bed. Um, and then make sure the next day that you have plenty of time. It depends on where I am with my mood. If I have a depression coming on, I'll actually wake up in the early morning hours wide awake. Um, and try to go back to sleep, but it's not a very restful sleep. It's just that I really don't feel like being up at 4 a.m. in all the quietness and it's still dark and um uh mania. Once I'm down, I'm usually down, but sometimes even with the Xanax, my mind, it overpowers it, and it if I'm in a manic, it keeps going and going and going even with the Xanax, and I have trouble falling asleep. So I wouldn't say I wake up all night. I either have trouble falling asleep or I have trouble staying asleep in early morning hours. Okay, so if you're doing something that's gonna make you anxious, the next day, make sure you you're awake in time and you have enough time to get ready. There is so flustering to be late and you're already anxious because you're not going to be able to get all your stuff. Oh, another thing I do before I go to bed. Not only do I have everything there, like laid out, I write on the mirror, bathroom mirror with a dry erase marker because it wipes right off everything, every single thing I need to take with me. And even like, purse and because when you're anxious, it's easy to forget even the most common things. And I like erase them as I go. I'm like, okay, I got it. Jewelry, perfume. I mean, everything's on there. I'm not going to forget anything because I can think okay the day before. excuse me. Um, I get fall allergies, and it gives me a runny nose, and it makes my face get red and hot from histamine. Um, and so the day of, make sure you have plenty of time to get ready. If you're someone that does stuff special to their hair, I just blow dry my hair, and sometimes I put a little braid in it if I'm feeling wild. But uh if you like curl your hair or something, yes, absolutely, you can suggest a topic. And I will make note of it and address it in a future video. Um, make sure you allow enough time that if you mess up or you don't like how it turned out, that if you want to readjust it, you don't want to have to be in a hurry. And you want to leave. It's good to find out the day before how long it's going to take you to get somewhere and how to get there. Um, just on your phone, on maps. And that way you have a clear idea of when you need to leave the house and you need to leave and get there early so you can not be in a rush, as I said, because if you're in a rush and then next thing you know, you're sitting in the chair in front of someone, you're probably going to forget everything you prepared. You want to be able to walk in easy peasy together early, um, which makes a good impression anyway. And pretty much give yourself the pep talks through the whole thing. Um, and that is what I did today. Like, it was only like 15 minutes away, but the whole time I was okay, you know how to do this. This isn't exactly new. Um, you've got this. You're organized. You got everything ready. You did everything right. I did take Xanax beforehand. Um, if you do need to take something, make sure you take it like an hour to 2 hours before, because if you take it too late, you're not going to get any benefit from it. And if you take it too close to that point, it's when you take medication, oftentimes, just a second. I have to wait for my little